Um, it's Jon Stevens doing movie reviews. The third movie that I'd like to review is The Wizard, starring Christian Slater, Fred Savage, Beau Bridges, and I forget that other guy's name who plays the stepdad, and that girl Jenny, who is now like a singer. I forget the actor of the little kid's name. This movie came out in 1989, and it was a Nintendo corporate ploy. And I saw this movie for the first... I've only seen it once. I saw it about 20 years ago when it was on TV. And it starts with a little boy who ran away from home, and he wanted to get to California. That's how he pronounces it. Or he says it like that. He says California every time he says it, and he says it a lot in the movie. And so then his parents are divorced, and we found out that his sister died, and his brothers are Christian Slater and Fred Savage. This is pre-Wonder Years Fred Savage. I think post it would be post Princess Bride Fred Savage. Post Princess Bride. And then I think the little kid goes to like a mental institution, and his mom and her new husband are like kind of mean. And then Fred Savage and Christian Slater are like... Christian Slater plays like a sensitive late-eighties hunk who's the brother of Fred Savage, and he doesn't have a good relationship with his father, played by Beau Bridges. And they like Nintendo, and Fred Savage throws a dart at a map on his wall, and when I saw that when I was a kid, it had a huge impression on me, because I thought that that's what you had to do before you traveled anywhere, and it landed on California, and he said it sort of like the kid said it, his brother, and so he decides that he's going to take his little brother to California. So then he runs away, and he helps his brother escape from the mental institution, and the brother who's called the Wizard, he doesn't say a lot, and then like they're at a diner, and this kid plays like mean pinball, and that's how he gets the nickname the Wizard. And so then Fred Savage wants him to go to like this Nintendo contest, which is in California, and the kid says California, so they go there. And then Christian Slater decides that he has to find out where his brother's gone, and him and his dad, Beau Bridges, they hire this evil guy named Mr. Putnam, who like helps find kids, and I think he's like a social worker, and everybody really dislikes Mr. Putnam. And when I was a kid watching it, I really hated Mr. Putnam, the social worker, too. And so then I think that Christian Slater and his dad, Beau Bridges, they hire him, and then they realize that he's like an evil guy, and so then they try to go and find the Wizard and Fred Savage themselves. And at this point, like, they met Jenny Lewis, the singer, and she was also good at Nintendo, and she has like a snappy response to like the kid being good at Nintendo, the Wizard. and so then and then Christian Slater and Bob Bridges are looking for them, and they hate Mr. Putnam, the social worker. And then, like, I guess, like, they go to Universal, or they meet this kid named Lucas, who's really cool, and he's really good at Nintendo, and he has this thing called the glove, which is, like, a Nintendo thing, and he can, like, drive with it, like, he holds it like this, and he says something like, "I love the glove, it's so bad." And then Fred Savage is jealous because it seems like Lucas likes Jenny Lewis, but she doesn't really like him. But Fred Savage is jealous. And then they go to the Nintendo contest game in Universal Studios, and then Mr. Putnam, I think, like, catches up with them or something. But the wizard ends up beating Lucas at the Nintendo game. And then like, Christian Slater, when they were trying to find them, he had to, like, stay in a hotel room with his dad, and they slept in the same bed, and he was playing Nintendo, and his dad was, like, making fun of Nintendo because he said, like, it only stupid people play Nintendo. And then Bob Bridges also played Nintendo. It's like a Nintendo's ploy to, like, get families to play Nintendo. And a lot of people think this was, like, Christian Slater only did this movie because he got paid a lot of money for it, and he was, like, doing coke at the time, and so he would have, like, a lot of quick cash for his coke habit. I don't know if that's true, because I didn't know Christian Slater in the 80s. Anyway, this is a good movie, and I would recommend it. And then they went to, they were driving through the desert, and then the wizard sees there's plastic dinosaurs, like the ones that Pee Wee Herman went in, and it was just about his dead sister, because there's a picture of their entire family at these, at this dinosaur, and he just wanted to go there, and he just happened to be really good at Nintendo. So then Christian Slater and Fred Savage realized that that's what, that was the reason. And then I think that was the end of the movie. And something bad happened to Mr. Putnam, the social worker, because he was kind of an evil guy. I would recommend the movie. Thank you.